What the hell are you saying, doctor? That I am HIV positive? You must be joking. Me, BC, HIV positive? I have 3 kids and I am pregnant right now. And you're telling me I'm HIV positive? Doctor, please conduct this test again. You guys can't be serious. And the doctor says, we have conducted this test over and over and over again just to be sure before airing out the information to you. Madam, I think at this point you need to bring your family in so that we can run proper checkups on them and be sure of their status. BC breaks down in tears. She begins to weep. God, where did I go wrong? What exactly happened? What did we do wrong? Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Shola Oshen, your host. I'm Okeveri. If this is your first time stumbling on my page, welcome on board. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like, comment, even go as far as sharing, and God bless you as you do so. Today we'll be looking at the difference between privacy and secrecy. Well, there's a story attached to this topic. But before we dive into the story, let's be conversant with the meaning or the difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is generally healthier than secrecy because it involves setting personal boundaries and maintaining control over your own information, whereas secrecy often involves hiding things out of fear, shame, or deception. Privacy is about protecting personal space, thoughts, and information in a way that fosters autonomy and emotional well-being. It allows you to share aspects of your life selectively without feeling pressured. While secrecy, on the other hand, can create stress, anxiety, and even guilt, especially if it involves keeping something hidden that could harm relationships or personal integrity. Long-term secrecy can lead to isolation and emotional distress. That being said, some secrets like surprise party or personal struggles you are not ready to share are harmless or even positive. But when secrecy involves dishonest or avoidance, it can become unhealthy. Would you say you are more inclined to value privacy, or do you feel secrecy plays a role in your life? So now, which side are you on? The secrecy or the privacy? I was able to read out to you the difference between secrecy and privacy. Now, why are we talking about secrecy and privacy? I have a story I want to tell you. We'll be right back. Story. Once upon a time. Please grab your zobo and your popcorn and sit down because we have a story to tell. There's gist on the way. Now, I want to tell you a story about BC and Wale. BC, in her early 30s, a very beautiful looking lady, well brought up, was in the supermarket shopping. Wale, on the other hand, was also in another section of the supermarket shopping. Coincidentally, they bumped into each other. Now, both of them were kind of attracted to each other. They kept staring at themselves. And Wale couldn't hold back anymore. And he said, "You look so beautiful. And you are gorgeous. Please, what's your name?" BC smiled and said, "Well, thanks for the compliment. My name is BC. And you? What's your name?" He says, "Oh, I'm Wale. I live here." And today, the rest is history. Fast forward to 6 months later, they were so engrossed in love. These two were so in love with each other and they needed to seal it, and they got married. BC and Wale were now husband and wife. happily living together. BC had her first baby, had her second baby. Now BC is pregnant with her third child. Of course, as a usual pregnant mom, she needed to go to the hospital for antenatal and other checkups that every pregnant woman necessarily needs. In the hospital, the doctor decided to conduct some tests, and part of the test was HIV. In the process of conducting this test, the doctor discovered that BC was HIV positive. Now he needed to break the news down to BC. He calls her into his office and tells her, BC, I'm sorry, you are HIV positive. BC was dumbfounded. She was lost. She couldn't even believe what was going on. She needed to hear it properly. He said, my dear, you are HIV positive. I know this can come to you as a shock, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. He began to console her. BC kept on weeping. She couldn't believe it. How is that possible? But he has been her doctor for years. They've conducted the test over and over again before they could actually come to a conclusion and tell her that you are actually HIV positive. Now BC was furious. She was crying. What must have gone wrong? How did this happen? Don't forget, BC is married and she has 2 kids and is expecting her third child. She managed to drive her way back home. In the car, she was thinking, wondering, asking herself questions that nobody could answer. She said, what actually went wrong? How long have I been living with this? How come I have this and I never knew? She drove home. Luckily for her, Wale was in the sitting room watching his favorite channel as usual, and the kids were playing. In tears, she broke down and said, Wale, today at the hospital, this is what I was told. She showed him the result. Wale was like, how is that possible? Please don't even believe. Why are you crying? This is not real. Why are you even disturbing yourself? This can't be true. She said, but the doctor suggested that the whole family come for a proper check so that tests can be run so that we can know who exactly is exempted. To know if my family is safe from this mess. But Wale sweet-talked her. No, I don't think you should believe this. It's not possible. How can you tell me that you are HIV positive and you believe what the doctor said? Are you stupid? Why would you even believe such kind of story? You know, he managed to talk her out of it. So she decided to go to a well-renowned hospital and conducted another test. Fortunately or unfortunately for her, the result came out to be same positive. Now, it dawned on her that really she was truly HIV positive. BC gets back home, tries to convince her husband, baby, we need to go for proper checkup because in fact, Wale was so relaxed. You know, I don't know why you want to kill yourself over this matter. These people, they don't know what they are saying. Now, BC decided to sneak the kids out of the house and took them to the hospital for proper checkup. After conducting tests on the kids, after conducting HIV tests on the kids, it was discovered that the kids as well were HIV positive. Now, at this point, BC had involved her parents. She called her mom and was crying and was telling her mom that this is what exactly is going on. The mom, after hearing all this, went home and threatened Wale to go conduct a test so that they can be sure of where the problem or how the problem can be tackled. Wale, on getting so much threats from her family, had no option than to go for the test. Eventually, test result came out and said Wale was also positive. How in heaven's name were they all HIV positive? Wale breaks down and says, I am sorry, my love. I have hidden this from you for a very long time. Because Wale was used to being a promiscuous man, sleeping with different women. He has so many side chicks. In the process, he contacted HIV 3 years ago. And he never told his wife he was HIV positive. He kept it a secret. Or would I say, was that privacy? So now, Wale kept it to himself and didn't tell his wife that he was HIV positive. She got pregnant for the first child. She got pregnant for the second child. Unfortunately, it was when she was pregnant for the third child that it was discovered that she was HIV positive. And that was because there were complications in her health issues. That was why she needed to run those tests to know exactly what was wrong with her. If you were the woman, what would you do at this point? Knowing fully well that your husband knew all along that he had this sickness in him, but chose to keep it to himself for his own personal reasons. Now, this brings us to the topic where I was talking about the difference between privacy and secrecy. Do you think Wale was being private about this subject that he decided not to tell his wife, or he was being secretive about it? And do you think he made the right choice by keeping it to himself? Because at this point, lives were involved. Lives were involved. So guys, after hearing this story, what do you think about this story? I know you have a lot to say concerning this. Kindly drop your comments underneath this video. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear your feedbacks concerning this subject. It's so unfortunate that a lot of people are keeping a lot of secrets from their friends, family, and spouse. It's understandable if you're trying to be private about a particular subject, but when it involves the lives of people who matter to you, when it involves a technical aspect of their life, and you chose to keep it away from them, then that has been harmful and been deliberately trying to harm the person. Well, that's my take, but I would love to hear from you. Once again, my name is Shala Oshain, your host, Amokeberi. I would love to hear from you. I would love to read from you and see you in my next video. Bye.